Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Elena, the certified nurse midwife behind With Woman Health, and on this channel we talk about all things planning with a slant towards our overall health and wellness. And if that sounds like something that interests you, I hope you will consider subscribing to the show. Today, I have a very special unboxing and flip through of my recent Makselife order. And this is actually really late getting to you guys because unfortunately, this is the second time I have filmed it. The first time my camera holder migrated during the video, which I wasn't aware of, and so we were out of frame. And then I also realized that my camera had converted back to like a portrait view, and so it wasn't the right format, and so lots of frustrations. I really wanted this to be out by the 21st of November so that you would be aware of their Black Friday deals, which ended on the 21st of November. And so I'm super bummed that this is not out then. And to be honest with you, this is not a great day for me to be filming. It is the week of Thanksgiving. All of my people are home. I expect there to be some interruptions and me having to stop and start the video some. So I apologize for that in advance. I am using a new microphone with this video, and so I'm really hopeful that that will cancel out a lot of the noise that you guys are hearing maybe in the background of some of my videos. So if you've been following along, please let me know down in the comments if this audio is a little bit better and if you're still hearing lots of background noise from my pups and my people and my washing machine and all the things. But anyway, we'll get into it. I went a little crazy on launch day for Makselife, which was back in, I guess, October. I think that's when they launched, back in October. I don't have my planner right beside me to give you an exact date, but this was my first ever Makselife order. And so I wanted all the things that color coordinate with their 8 categories of life. And they had some really neat curated bundles with this 2026 launch. And so that is what I ordered, is a bundle, and then I ordered some extra things on the side. So what I actually ordered was one of their flagship planners, and I went with the vertical layout. And now the more that I think about it, the more I kind of wish I had gone with the horizontal layout. I'm not a horizontal planner, but when you see my planner stack for 2026 and you get an idea of what I think I'm now going to use this planner for, I think the horizontal might have been a better choice. But we've got the vertical, and that's what we're going to use. And I'm unfortunately not able to show you the box and everything that this came in because I have unboxed these items now 2 or 3 times trying to make videos and photos and all the things. And so rather than trying to package it all up like they sent it to me, what I'm going to do is put it out just like this, unboxed already. And I hate that I'm not giving you guys the whole Makselife experience, but I figured that a video out is better than a perfect video that never makes it anywhere. So with that, let's get into it. The first thing you should know is that the planner comes in this really nice bag. This is a really thick fabric. It's kind of like maybe a duck cloth, maybe not quite that stiff, but it's really nice and sturdy, and it's got a really thick, sturdy rope that, you know, cinches it closed and brings it open. Lots of uses for this. On this one side, it's got the Makselife logo. And then on the back, it has this really nice quote: "Small steps, big shifts, live differently." All the bags said the same thing, but I actually did choose the Live Differently cover for my planner, which is just a beauty. Get this bag over to the side. To me, it's not just, it's a navy blue background with this kind of lighter blue and white wording on the front. And it's not that this planner in and of itself is like a gorgeous cover, like a gorgeous floral might be or anything like that. But what I really loved was this wording on the front and how just inspirational this was to me. It says, now, live differently now. You don't need permission to change your life. You just need the courage to begin, to stop performing and start becoming, to trade expectations for alignment, to reclaim your time, energy, and joy, to choose purpose over pressure, presence over performance, alignment over achievement. No more playing small, no more chasing someone else's version of happy. Live boldly, start now. I just love that. I love really everything that Makselife kind of stands for. If you've ever sat through any of their lives or watched any of their YouTube videos, you'll know that they really have a heart for the people that are using their planners. They're not just trying to sell planners. They are with you every step of the way to help you set realistic, life-changing goals and meet those goals, to become not who you should be or who you would be, but who you're meant to be, and just the real heart of who you want to be and the life you want to be living. And I just love, love, love that. So with the bundle that I purchased, and I can't remember what that bundle was called, I got this flagship planner in the vertical layout with the Live Differently cover. Unfortunately, this cover did sell out on the physical planner along with the Just Begin cover, but I think you can still get both of these covers as separate interchangeable covers, because these do pop off and you can change them. But I don't think you can buy the planner itself with those covers on it anymore. So you'd have to choose a different cover and then purchase these covers separately to change them out, which is worth it. And I did buy some extra covers, and I'll show those to you. But with my bundle, I got this planner with this cover. I got one additional cover, which I'll show you when I show you my covers. I got a dot grid notebook, Moxie pens, some sticky notes, a stencil like their metal flagship type stencil, which I'll show you a little bit later, a 3-pack of bookmarks, which will help you mark where you're at in the planner for some specific things. And then I also purchased separately the washi tape set, the dot markers, and then 2 more additional covers. And a free gift with every purchase was also an elephant charm, which I'll show you later. And then I don't know if every single purchase with the launch got an additional, like a dot grid notebook, but I did get 2 in my order. So one of them did come with the bundle, but the other must have been a freebie they threw in. I don't know if it was by a certain amount, or like I said, if every order that came in at launch time got that or not. But I'll show you all the additional things in just a few minutes, but I want to flip through the planner first. So let's do that now. Okay, so you've seen the Live Differently cover. This is the back, just the navy blue and this kind of little bit sparkly Makselife logo on the back here. And then the inside of the cover has this really beautiful stripe. And this almost has a greenish tint to it. It's kind of a cream intermixed with this kind of navyish blue, but it does have a little bit of a green tint to it. And you see this Makselife logo. So if you were to change this cover out, see, this is reversible. So you could make this the outside of your planner if you wanted to, and this would then become the back cover, and the back cover would become the front cover, which is just this plain stripe here. You've got a bookmark that has a ruler, and it says today, so you could keep this on whatever week you're on. You've got your name page, so a place for your name, phone number, and email, just in case you lose your planner. We've talked about that before. I would probably lose my mind if I lost my planner. So right away, I can tell you that this paper is really nice thick. I don't think you would have a ton of bleed through with these, but we'll see as the year goes on. It is a smooth, pretty smooth paper. It doesn't have much tooth to it at all. Then we've got a page here on how you can connect with Makselife through, they have Club Moxie membership. They have a Facebook community. You can see them on their website. You can email them for support. They have an Instagram and a YouTube channel. And I would recommend, if you're using Makselife, that you follow them there, because they have a really wonderful community of women and some men, I think, that are out there to help each other reach their goals. Then a little welcome from Sierra Friend. She is the founder of Makselife. You get a 2026 year overview with all the different months. Again, they're color coordinated in the 8 areas of life I told you about. Then you've got some lines under each one. This would be a good place to put birthdays or vacations coming up, or if you're using this for work deadlines that you need to keep a whole year overview of. And then down here, you've just got some dot grid section. So here on this tab, you see it says goal setting. And so this whole section is going to be all about setting goals. So what makes this brand so special is that they focus on 8 areas of life, goal setting, and huge reflection. And so I think if any brand aligns with reaching your health goals and helping you to realign with who you are in a holistic way, I think this may be it. So if you're looking to just get yourself realigned, balanced in 2026, I really think this may be the brand for you. So for me, for several years, I've been setting New Year's resolutions or goals for the year. And some of those I've made some traction on, but a lot of them I just keep writing the same goals over and over and over, but I'm not making them a priority in my life. And so I really thought that this might help me personally reach my goals for 2026. And it'll also help you evaluate if those goals should even be your goals. And I love that. I love that some of the goals we're setting are actually should goals, like what the world says our goals should be. But this whole system helps you kind of dig into your heart and determine what goals you should be setting for you. So it tells you how to get started. It walks you through the steps. There's lots of pages here. The Life Compass, which is where you rate yourself and determine where you are in these 8 areas of life to start out. I'll read you what these are. They're personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. And so I won't take you through all that, but here's a whole assessment and scoring for your compass wheel, some intentions for the week, a place for your 2026 word of the year if you choose one, and then more information on how to review goals, set goals, committing to goals, how to write goals so that you're not just writing a goal without actionable steps. So that's important. The 3 types of goals: stretch goals, progress goals, maintenance goals. And again, we're going to get into these more as the year goes on. Annual goals, monthly goals, and then weekly actions that help you roll up to meeting these, which helps you eventually meet these. Weekly reflection questions. And then if you're the type of person who needs a little bit of help getting some clarity in what might fall into each of these areas of life buckets, they have some information listed here for certain things that might fall into these areas. And that may help you to think about things that you've in the back of your mind been thinking about, but you're not really sure what area to put it in or how to set goals in that way. So that's some really great information. Then you've got just a blank dot grid page with some ideas for how you might use it. Then you've got your annual goals. So this is where you would set your annual goals for the year, what your focus is going to be in each area, and some dot grid, and then some questions that would help you to reflect on you know, whether these are actually really important to you or not. And do you need to set goals in every one of these areas? No. And honestly, I probably won't, and you probably shouldn't, especially not like stretch goals in all the areas. That would be overwhelming. But this is where you would put your annual goals for all the different areas of life. Then you've got place for a vision board here and here. You could use this for photos. You could use this for magazine cutouts, which is something I might would have done when I was a younger person, you know, my teens, college years, that kind of thing. Or you can use this as a brained up, whatever works for you. Then you've got an idea garden. This is a space to just plan future projects, get things out of your brain and onto paper. And then just a blank page here. Every day is a fresh start, just begin. And this is also your January tab. And this is where we'll get into what the months look like. So here's January. We've got a monthly overview. You do have the holidays here, but they're written very small, easy to cover up if you don't want those. A nice notes section, and then forward looking a little February or the next month's days in case you need to see that. And then you've got a nice little quote here. So very simple, lightly colored layout. Then you get into your monthly goals. So these are the goals for January, which should be things that are going to help you meet your annual goals overall. So you're breaking down big goals into smaller, more achievable goals. So you've got all your areas of life here, January goals. Then you've got a place to reflect on your week, wins, what's working, what's not working, lessons and adjustments. So this would be where you reflect on the week prior and then help set your weekly actions for the week coming up. Of course, this one starts December 29th and goes through January 4th because it's the beginning of the 2026 planner. You've got all your 8 areas of life and a place to write what actions you're going to accomplish this week that'll help you meet your January goals. Then you get into the weeks. Again, I chose the vertical layout, and so each day has a vertical column. They're lined lightly, and then a smaller boxed off area here with the little wheel, the compass wheel, some aligned kind of notes section. You could make this a to-do list. You could just make reflections or notes, whatever you would like to do. And then you've got an area for habit tracking. It goes down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through the week. And it's a place for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 habits, which is great. Habits are huge with meeting your goals. You know, little things that you can do every single day which help you achieve the things you want to achieve. So you could break this up however you wanted, but you see it's a Monday start in each day. Let's look at the calendar, the monthly calendar too, real quick and see. Okay, the monthly calendar is a Sunday start. Weekly is a Monday start. That way your weekends are here together. Important distinction to make. You cannot change this. It is the way that it comes. So just be aware of that. That could be confusing for folks that are used to having a Sunday start for their week or however you like to start your week. Okay, and then again, at the end of every week, you get a weekly reflections page, and then you set your weekly actions for the next week. And then your weekly vertical page, same thing. This repeats all through the month. And then at the end of the month, you get a monthly reflections page. You can rate your overall satisfaction with how things went for the month, whether you were able to meet your goals or not. And then some wins and some things you learned. So this just really helps you reflect on the month itself, keeps you aligned with your goals and what you want to change and what you want to keep the same as you move into the next month. And so these months are going to all be the same. The difference will be there's a little bit of a different colorway each month, but again, very light, easy to cover over if you wanted. And that's going to repeat every month. March is kind of a green color. But then I want to show you what you get at the end of each quarter. So again, at the end of March, you've got your monthly reflections. But then you've got a quarter 1 compass assessment. So you come back to your compass, you put down your previous scores for what you started the year with, and then you ask yourself all of these questions, and you rate yourself on what you currently are, and then refill out your compass wheel, which helps you see what areas of life you've made some improvements on and what areas of life you may need to put some focus on moving forward. It's just a really great way for you to reflect on how you're feeling inside, how things are going, and moving forward. So I love this. I love the reflection here because it just keeps you really aligned with what goals you're setting and how you're moving forward. So you get that at the end of each quarter. Then you get a lined notes page, and then you move into April, which is a nice light gray. May, which is kind of a beige or a light yellow. June, uh-oh, I've already messed this page up, probably because, like I said, I've made this video already, is a pale blue. July is also, it's kind of a grayish blue. August is a grayish purpley. September, also gray. October is back to this reddish, orangey kind of color. November is blue. December is pink. And then at the end of December, of course, you get your monthly reflections, your quarter 4 compass assessment, a lined notes page, and then you move into something called extras. So you get a 2027 year at a glance with some lines for future planning. I love it when a planner puts these in because, especially from a health standpoint, we're making preventative visits sometimes a year in advance, at least 6 months in advance, when you're thinking about your annual wellness check, any lab work you may need to have done, your dental visits. And so not only am I planning those things for myself, but I'm also keeping my family healthy by making sure that they're doing what they need to do in the year ahead, especially my children, but also I help my husband with that. And so this is a great place to jot that down. Then you get some lined notes pages. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. Then you get this pocket folder. This is a really thick cardstock, and it is covered with something smooth here that I think this would be waterproof. If you spilled anything on it, it'd be easily wipeable. We'll go over this in a minute. Every flagship planner comes with a reflections notebook. I'm going to set that to the side there, and we'll go over it in a minute. So this pocket folder has a pocket on the back as well. You get 1 sheet of functional stickers, all in the colorways that match the 8 areas of life. And then here's the back of your planner. Okay, so now sorry, little paper scrappies there. Okay, so like I said, every flagship planner gets this reflections notebook, and it does say 2025, and that is on purpose because this is going to help you reflect on the year before. So this is a really great workbook that will help you kind of walk through. So you've got another note from Sierra, more information on how to connect with Makselife, 2025 year in review. So this allows you to document what your areas of life are, like what your scores are as you're ending 2025. And you probably did that in your planner in the quarter 4. If this is your first year with Makselife, you obviously don't have a quarter 4, so this is a good way to start your year. And if you do, then you could just transfer what you got from your quarter 4 compass assessment in here. And then you've got reflection on the area of life that increased the most, the area of life that increased the least, and then lots of reflection questions. And I'm not going to walk you through all of those, but a place for wins, a place for highlights, what you learned about yourself, what challenges you may have faced, what you're most grateful for, growth that you experienced, what's working, what's not working, impact, In what ways do you want to create an impact in the lives of your loved ones or the world at large moving forward in 2026, which is just how many planners ask you to think about that? And then what adjustments do you want to make in your life? A place to write a letter to yourself, how you're ending the year. I really love this. This will be nice to write and then come back and read at the end of 2026. And then more pages just for brain dumps and notes moving towards 2026. This is a really good place to write down things about what you might want your annual goals to be without feeling like you're messing up your planner. If you're the type of person who wants your planner to be really neat and tidy, this will be a good place to be kind of messy first and then move it into your 2026 planner. So a really neat little reflections notebook here to help you just really get holistic about what you're wanting in the new year before you start planning in your planner. Okay, now let me show you the covers that I purchased separately to go with my planner, because like I said, the planner covers are interchangeable, so every quarter you could have a new planner cover, and they're all so pretty, I just couldn't help myself. So I got one with my bundle, and I chose the Just Begin. I'm not going to take these out of the packaging because I want them to stay really nice and neat and tidy until I'm ready to use them. But I loved this cover. I could not choose between the Live Differently and the Just Begin because I love the thought of just begin. You don't have to do it perfectly, just get started. And this is just such a beauty. So I selected this one. This is what one side looks like. And then of course it's also reversible. And this is what the inside looks like. So it's a navy blue background with this kind of minty green words. And these are just all encouraging things written kind of over and over and over. You don't need to be perfect. Clarity follows action. Begin again. Begin with one small step. Momentum follows courage. And so I love how encouraging this is. So I just thought it was really pretty. Then I could not pass up this cover. I watched people on YouTube all last year with this beautiful cover. This was actually designed and I guess hand painted, I believe. If you follow Han Can Plan, she has a little sticker shop. She has a YouTube channel. Her daughter made this cover. I adore these little strawberries and these gorgeous florals. So I had to have this. And then on the inside, you've got this really simple leaf pattern. So you could make this the outside of your planner or the inside, and this the outside or the inside. So just gorgeous. I had to have it. As you know, I love florals, so I also got this. I think it's called watercolor florals. I'll look when we flip it over, but just some really beautiful pink flowers. I believe these are probably peonies. It's a little bit watercolory and not exactly like a photo, so it's sometimes hard to tell, but they might be roses. They look kind of like peonies to me, which I love, so they're gorgeous. And then, yes, watercolor floral, that's what that one's called. And then the inside of it is these 3 different shades of pink from dark to light stripes, and so you could use it on either side. So that's my covers and my planner. So now let's get into all the extras that came with my bundle and then the extra things I ordered. Okay, so these are the extras that came with my bundle and some that I ordered separately. Like I mentioned, every order that went into Makselife during the launch got this free little elephant charm. Last year, I think they gave a little compass charm. And so they're kind of collectible little charms, but super cute there. You get this, I think this did come with my bundle. It's called the Bookmark Trio. You can purchase these on their website. And one says annual goals, one says monthly goals, and one says weekly actions. So you can use that to keep those areas in your planner all marked and ready to go. This is the Makselife stencil bookmark. So you can use this to mark where you're at in your planner if you want. And then you can also use this to draw boxes or checklists with all these different little, circles, squares, hearts. And I've seen a lot of people using these to mark their monthly or their weekly, especially with the boxes and the checklists. So I just really liked that. And again, I think that did come with my bundle. Maybe I might have bought it separate. I can't remember. Moxie Message gel pens here. These are in the colorway of the 8 Areas of Life, but the ink is black and they have a really nice sharp point, 0.5 millimeter, which I love. And then they all have, if you can see that, the little elephant logo that is synonymous with Makselife there. And then they all have little quotes: living my best life, do it scared, rest, don't quit, not asking for permission. And so these came with my bundle for sure. We've got these little mini sticky notes. I love using sticky notes for future planning. I'm a decorative planner, well, semi-decorative. I'm functional and decorative. But I don't like to mess up my pages moving into the next month with ink until I know what colors I'm going to use and if I'm going to use stickers, that kind of stuff. So the little sticky notes really help me to forward plan, and this comes in 2 different colorways. It is still the same colors of the 8 Areas of Life, but one's kind of a pastel, a lighter colorway, and one is a darker color. So those are fun and will be very functional. These are the 2 dot grid notebooks that came with my package. One is just solid gray, and I haven't opened it, but it's the same as this dot grid notebook. This one has, it's brightly colored, rainbow colors here, front and the back, and it does have that same like vegan leather cover that the actual planner has. And then it's all just dot grid pages. So you could use this for anything you want, for brain dumping, for lists, for your grocery store lists, anything. So lots of pages there. And I cannot remember, I think it may be 60 pages in each of these. And I think they're A5 size, but really handy little notebooks. So I've got 2 of those. I got the 16-piece washi tape set. These are solid color washies that match the 8 Areas of Life. And I guess these extra colors here, so 16 different, but they're all solid colors, and they come on a storage ring. So I'll get those open as I get ready to move. Yeah, 16 rolls of washi tape. I think it's pretty thin washi, but that's okay because I plan to use this in my Makselife to kind of keep my colors the same as I move forward so I can kind of delineate the areas of life. So super excited about that. And we've got these 2 things. So the Moxie markers came with my bundle, and they come in this really nice, thick, sturdy cardboard case to hold them. And these they're marked for the areas of life. So like this one is work and learning. And you've got a chisel tip on one end here, and then a bullet tip on the other end. So you could use these to write, to highlight, to make your boxes with your stencil, all kinds of things. And then I ordered separately, these are the Moxie dot markers. And again, they're in the colorway of the areas of life. This particular one is fun and recreation. And again, on one end, you have kind of a little fine point tip, really good for probably writing things. And then you've got a dot marker end, which is really good for checking off your checklists. I do that in my current planner. And it's also really good for making checklists if you want to use that instead of drawing dots or using dot stickers, that kind of thing. So lots of uses for these. There's 9, and it also comes in this really thick, sturdy case for storing. And so that was my Makselife order. Lots of goodies in this order. I cannot wait to dive into this for the new year. And I do want to mention that on December the 2nd and the 3rd, Makselife is going to have a live YouTube series called their goal setting series. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Their Black Friday deals did end on the 21st, and I hate that this is not going out before then. For anybody that sees this and wants to order, you may not be able to get the deals. I don't know if they'll roll out new deals on actual Black Friday or if the 21st was the end of it. But the good news is most of these things are still available on their website if you want to order them at full price. I am not currently an affiliate with Makselife. I do hope in the future that I may be able to do that. And if I can, and when I can, I will drop my affiliate link down in the description box of this video. And hopefully I will maybe have a link with a discount code for you guys who want to purchase from Makselife. But for now, I don't. You can search YouTube. There are other folks who are already affiliates with Makselife and do have discount codes for you. But definitely check out that goal setting series on December the 2nd and the 3rd. I think you'll really get a feel for Makselife's heart and just how supportive their community is, which I think is just imperative to meeting and reaching your goals, is to have a supportive group of people behind you who are also walking through it with you. So keep that in mind. There's also tons of Black Friday deals out there in the planner community right now. Don't forget your stickers, functional boxes, decorative stickers, all the pins, the highlighters, all the things you need to get into your planners and plan your best life for 2026. So we on this channel are going to be planning together for our health and wellness in the new year. And that means in a holistic way, we're looking at all the things that help make you a healthier person. So not just our health goals, even though that will be a big part of it, drinking water, eating nutritiously, doing lots of exercise, but also we're going to be looking at things like planning for your financial health, planning in some hobbies and some fun and recreation and things that Makselife wants you to focus on for your life, because they know as well as I do that you're not a fully healthy person unless you're taking care of your whole self. And a lot of times you're in a position where there's not a lot of people looking to take care of you. You do have to kind of take care of yourself. So that includes your faith, that includes your fun, that includes your health and your nutrition, your goals and aspirations. So we're going to be digging into all of that in 2026, and I hope you'll come along with me. If you like this content and you want to see more of what I'm talking about moving forward in 2026, let's do it together. Consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up so other people can find it. Share it with your friends and family. It would really help me out with Woman Health. And then we also have a podcast. You can get it right now, I believe, just on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I'm trying to get it into the other podcast players. That's a whole nother saga, but it's the With Woman podcast. And over there, we do talk about some planning, but it's mostly all women's health and wellness related topics. Think pregnancy, gynecology, breastfeeding, nutrition, supplements, all the things that you need to have a healthy physical body. And so we just tie those things together over here on the YouTube channel with planning and being creative. So I'm so thankful you joined me today. I'll be back with a new show soon, I hope. Maybe even this week, another video, because the other day when I messed this video up, I had recorded some other videos as well. So we'll see how many of those I get to re-record today. In the meantime, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Get out there and do at least one thing today that'll help move you towards better health. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.